Hey guys, I'm going to talk about the 11th episode of Marvel's Luke Cage, Now You're Mine. So if you're not caught up to episode 11, if you haven't seen episode 11, I'm going to spoil it right now. I'm giving you time to stop listening to this, but you're still here, so let's go. There is a criticism that I do agree with Netflix shows in general, but also these Marvel ones, that they're a little bloated, that maybe they don't have to be 13 episodes, and sometimes you kind of feel that in this home stretch of the season, and I do think we're at that point with Luke Cage, in that this was the standoff episode, right? It continued right after the last one, and there's this big tense nightclub standoff, but it did feel to me like maybe you could have turned these two episodes into one, and that there was interesting stuff happening, but maybe it was being, pulled out a little longer than it needed to. Hearing specifics of Diamondback's history, it was interesting, but I just don't know if we need to spend this much time at this point. I will say, though, I want to talk about Misty Knight and the fact that this was the episode where they really leaned into what we're expecting to see at some point, which is her lose her arm and get the bionic arm from the comics, and which obviously makes her more of a overt superhero-like character. This was the episode where she got hurt at the end of the last one, but here they really talked about, how hurt she was, the artery, the fact that, Claire was trying to save her arm. They directly talked about it. Claire even said, you almost lost your arm, and I almost wondered, are they just messing with us at this point? But then they kind of left it a little unclear then. I haven't watched 12 and 13 as I record this, so that answer is out there soon. If she's going to get that arm off at the end of this season. But I feel weird saying I was excited for a character to lose her arm, but of course, it's a superhero origin essentially for her. Simone Missick has mentioned now that she is in the Defenders, and you're wondering, okay, is she going to show up in the Defenders with that bionic arm and be a little more on a level playing field with superheroes? And I do wonder if they're going to bring up Winter Soldier and all this when you don't have that many superhero characters in the MCU, and there's already a bionic arm guy. Maybe. So that was a fun element of this show, and I liked the Claire and Misty interaction. I thought that was very well done. And yeah, I do think this is the point of the season where maybe they could speed things up, and maybe they just didn't need 13 episodes. But I am very curious to see now as we go into the final two where it goes. So keep with us. You can read Terry Schwartz's full review of this episode at IGN.com. And for plenty more on Luke Cage and all things Netflix and Marvel, keep it here at IGN.